All right, so I'm going to show you how you can use Google and some free tools to get an idea of how much opportunity there is out there for you. You can, use like your job title. You can use like software. You can use, that you're using in your job, or tools that you use in your job, all kinds of things. I mean, this is kind of a rabbit hole, but I'm just going to show you a couple quick examples from a past position that I had. I used to be a draftsman, and I'll just kind of show you how I look around for, or how I would look around for opportunities if I was helping you or a friend kind of get an idea of what's out there besides their job. So let's check it out. So again, I'm going to use my past career as an example here. So I was a draftsman and I did 3D CAD. So what we'll do here is we'll just add in drafting jobs. And what we can see here from this search is that, there's actually plenty of jobs available. So if I only wanted a job, I would start there. And that's great. But some other things that we can learn from this particular search, especially if you have some free tools, which in this case, since I'm a search engine marketer, I'm going to use these tools every day. But there's a tool called Keywords Everywhere. And what it does is, you can see here, it displays how many searches per month there are for drafting jobs. So this is in the United States. There are 3,600 searches per month for drafting jobs. So you could look at it and go, okay, yeah, here's a job. Maybe I want a different job. That's great. But if you want to start thinking about like business ideas or ways that you could maybe help people or start a business using the skills you already have, maybe you want to think a little bit more about, maybe people are looking for drafting services, right? So we'll plug this in and you can see, oddly enough, same number. It doesn't happen very often, but there are 3,600 people looking for drafting services. So that could be an idea for you, right? Like maybe you want to start a side hustle or something like that, or just leave your job altogether and really go for it. And that there's 3,600 people that are looking for drafting services. Now, that's a whole other topic as far as like, getting in front of these people. But for this video, I just want to show you, this is how you find out if there's people actually looking for what you do. So you kind of look here, and if you just kind of hit this, you can kind of start to see, well, okay, there's people looking for residential drafting services, architectural, et cetera, right? So this tells me that, if I wanted to start a drafting business, or, maybe just get something going on the side, that there are people actually looking for that kind of thing. Another place I might look is, drafting. There's also 3D CAD services. So not as much demand. I mean, quite a bit less actually, but that's just because that's what people are typing in. So 3D CAD, drafting, a lot of times they can be interchangeable, but just kind of interesting. But again, you can just see there's 170 people per month looking for that. And another quick side note, and I know I'm probably getting off topic a little bit here, but if you see these sponsored ads right here, these are services that are advertising on these particular things because, and what that tells you is it's a profitable keyword or it's a profitable service. So these other businesses, are willing to spend money to show up for these particular keywords. So that's another clue that, like, hey, this experience I have, the skill that I have is in demand, and I can go out and start something. So you do that. Another angle you might take is, for instance, in drafting, especially 3D CAD, there was software out there called like SolidWorks. There was AutoCAD, which was a huge one. And let's just say that, okay, you can get some income from, actually having a drafting service, but how many people might be looking for courses on drafting? Could you teach drafting? Could you start a newsletter or a blog discussing industry topics, would there be any people out there looking for that information? And you can see right here, 140 people per month looking for 3D CAD courses. But if we scroll down, let's see if there's any other ideas. Online CAD courses for beginners. This is stuff you could charge for, and there's going to be something like this almost in every industry, pretty damn close. So just kind of showing you. And watch what happens when I put in AutoCAD, because AutoCAD, again, is a software. And check this out. So there are 22,000 people looking for AutoCAD courses each month. That is a business right there. Like if you're good at teaching and you want to learn that, that right there could be a business. You could build a newsletter over that. There's a lot of ways you can go with that. Obviously, Autodesk has their official training, but you look at a site like Udemy, which is just independent people. There's probably a ton of courses on there. And here's another thing we can look at. So look at this complete course in AutoCAD, and you can just tell by the demand here. Look at the amount of people. These reviews give us some clues. There's a rhyme right there. Reviews give us some clues to how many people actually have taken these courses. They always say, there's a rule of thumb with Amazon where if usually multiply it times 10, they say about 10% of people actually leave reviews. Might be a little higher, might be a little lower, but just going off of that, you can see here about, if we go with that, 40,000 people have taken that course. This one times 10, that's, a couple 100,000 people have taken that course. So again, there's a business, and these people are all charging for these courses. So that's one thing you might do, and that's just AutoCAD. There's also SolidWorks. There's a bunch of different places out there that you can do. Again, I'm using a browser extension, which this one is, I think it's free for a little bit, but then you got to pay for it eventually. That's what helps show up here. But you can also get like a free tool like this one called Ubersuggest, and close this out. And you can just basically just start typing your keywords into here. Or whatever. And it'll, oh man. Always making mistakes and somebody's looking over my shoulder. And you can see here. Again, it's going to give us some information, like how many searches there are. And it just gives you an idea. And it's taken forever to load here, but that's probably just me because I got about 50 browsers open. So yeah, and you can also, oh, here we go. So you can see, and then it'll give you some other ideas. Now, car repair shop, that has nothing to do with anyone, so it's kind of odd. But yeah, you can kind of get an idea of what's available out there. Even if you have a hobby or you have an interest or something, you can use it for that too. There's a lot of ways you can use these search marketing tools to get an idea of what's available out there. And again, you want other free tools, you can kind of poke around. Just type in free keyword tool, or keyword research tool would probably be a better planner. There's all kinds of stuff, right? So you can kind of look at and find one for yourself. But anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope that shows you your experience definitely, and your skills. It's valuable, and it's going to be a little different in every industry. But I'm telling you, you can at least get an idea by doing this little exercise right here. So there you go. Talk to you next time.